Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? How you doing? See who we got in the house here today. Trying to get a good shot of the, and you can see the flowers behind me. Here's one. Trying to get a different shot every time I join you. How you guys doing today? Oh, there's the groundhog. Let's see if I can get him. Check this out. If I can flip this camera in time, we're going to see the groundhog. You guys see him? Oh, I can't zoom. His little head is right up. If I stand up, he's going to run. There he is. Oh, he just ducked under. I knew it. Well, good to see everybody. What's happening? We got a little critter action already here. Let's flip the camera back. Say what's up to everybody in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Good to see you. We're back in the garden. Who we got? Monstar shared it out. Thank you, my friend. Chaos Reaper, how's it going, bro? Lady Devil, good to see you. Cassie, I did drop the link if anyone wants to join and stop in and say hi. Whether you got your camera on or not, it don't matter. Tell me how stupid the garden looks. How it's just going to fail. Azriel's here. Good to see you. Marley Good is in the building. Great to see you as well. Cowboy John, what is up, my friend? Good to see everybody. Rick Logan in the house. I didn't plan any beats. Triple beats. So, but I do got some new plants right here. I want to show you guys that I'm going to put in the ground today. Everything else is in the ground. Hey, James, what is happening? We got a nice little crew today. It's a beautiful friggin' day. I just went up and grabbed. I got my girlfriend Wendy here with me. Hi, guys. Oh, that's lame. Sorry. I don't have the button to ring for myself there. Jay Vulture's in the house. Hey, this could be a record-breaking garden stream, man. We got 14 in here. Hit them thumbs up. Share it out. Odds is here. Good to see you. Everything's in the ground except for these new plants. So let's get right to it. I'll show you what I've already planted, and then these will get planted later on today. Somebody asked for it. I'm going to show you why it's not going to work, and it's going to die. All chopping broccoli. Can't even see it. Where does it say broccoli? Look at that. It's under artwork. Hold on. Look how small it says broccoli. Focus, Daniel-san. Focus. All right, just take my word for it. It's a broccoli plant. Hey, get better, Jay. Broccoli plant. We're going to try to plant those. I guess if you're you don't read, just look at the picture and you see the little trees there. I'm good, Odds. Hope you're doing well as well. This is my unique part of my stream, which is basically you will not find. Well, if you do, let me know. Find another stream that is gardening and wrestling. All right, I'm going to show you why these don't work either. And I tried this before. So these are going to be, I'm predicting 3 fails. We'll see how it turns out. Hey, wait till you see what I got in, James. I'll also show you guys in a second. Cabbage. So I got a cabbage here. I'm going to plant this cabbage. Herbs are behind me, James. You'll see what I do with my herbs. I make an allspice, and I got a lot of real fruity flavored herbs to try out this year. So we'll see what the cabbage does. We got little baby cabbages out there. We know we call them kohlrabi or calarabs here, us Hicks in Pennsylvania. All right. And we're also going to try celery. Now, I've tried celery before, and it's failed. So we're going to give it a shot again. Hide that comment. A garden match for LTD. No. Got lettuce in a bucket. That's one thing I don't. Lettuce hasn't worked. It gets too buggy. We'll try to do lettuce. Celery, the same thing. Someone told me to wrap it in newspaper. You know, there used to be these things that they would send out every day to people called newspapers. And it would tell you scores and everything. C-Rock's in the building. It would tell you all the news. And you have little comic strips in it. Advertisements, daily ads. You know, it's called a newspaper. They have magazines too. That's another thing we used to have back in the day. So we're going to try celery. I got a ton of celery. So I'm just going to stack it all next to each other and see what happens. Some of these are already kind of blowing up, so we'll see how that goes. So celery, cabbage, broccoli. We will add to the garden now. It's really tight, so I'm not sure where. The thing is, I planted a bunch of onions, which as the onions come up, I can have more room to plant things. So I have about 50 onions in there, about 30 white onions, 20 yellow onions. Good to see everybody. Keep those thumbs up coming. Soda bottles to create a moisture tunnel, and it helps keep the bugs away. It's good. I've seen people do that. I've never tried it though. We call them pop bottles here in Pennsylvania. So I went back and got another hydrangea, and you're going to see why. I decided not to put it across by the grapevine. And we'll also feed today. We're going to get them all fed. I do use preen also, which is to try to keep weeds out. I also use a deer. Actually, we'll go look at that first. We'll talk about. I mean, and I'm up for suggestions. I am by no means a professional or would ever claim to be a good gardener. I do this because I love my grandma, God rest her soul, who used to do this on a large scale. And I got family members that are in farming industry, which I've picked their brains a little bit, as same as that. Yeah, outside Philly, so we call it. I'm in Pennsylvania, not Philly. People always think I'm in Pennsylvania. It means I'm from Philadelphia. Philly's it's 5-6 hours away. It's the other side of the state. Pennsylvania's a long state. But let's go look at the things that I put on the garden. I also have a big thing of lime, but I'm up for suggestions. I don't claim myself to be a professional or know what I'm doing. It's all trial and error. Please, in the comments, leave me any tips. Anything you see should be different or something you want me to try. I've tried a bunch of things last year, or was it 2 years ago? It slips my mind. There's a whole playlist that you guys can check out. We did cantaloupe and watermelon, and they were like maybe the size of a baseball or a football or a basketball. Not even a basketball. I wish it was the size of a basketball. That's what she said. Anywho, let's take a look at what's going down. It's enough of me on camera here. Flip it around, show you what I got going on in the garden so far and where we're going from here. Thought there was a way to go full screen layout. No? That was last year. Last year was the, yeah. I actually got to sit down and show you guys. We actually sat right down over there underneath the tree, and we had ourselves a very small watermelon, a very small cantaloupe. So we're back already. It was just the other day we put plants in the ground. I'm going to show you some of the things I put on the garden. There's where those damn groundhogs are, right under there. Come out, you sniveling little bastards. There's 4 babies. I saw the babies out roaming around in the morning. They're under there. Brian Hernsberger in the building. Good to see you, Brian. Welcome in. I did drop the link if anyone wants to pop in and say hi. I don't know if anyone's really gives a crap about coming in. I do most of the talking anyway. Don't shut up. I guess having a YouTube channel is a good idea then for someone that doesn't shut up. So I use weed preventer preen that when I first tilled the ground in the garden, I laid this down to try to keep the weeds from starting. And I did it again right before I planted my plants. We do have deer and other critters in the woods. So I use something called Repelzol. It's really potent smell. I think it's just deer piss. So there you go. I've tried this Repelzol. This is supposed to get rid of critters from certain areas. It doesn't. There's groundhogs on there, but no. I've tried 4 different types of poison. I even tried to smoke them out of there. I also use this to try to keep the bugs off. I didn't want to use any kind of insecticide, but once I started getting different kinds of bugs, I figured let's try to take care of them. Yeah, we got a bunch of, the problem is too, they're so deep under that shed that even the carbon monoxide bomb that I set off, I had like 4 max on at the time. I set off a carbon monoxide bomb, which is basically a flame that I thought I was going to burn down my neighbor's shed. But they gave me the okay to terrorize these little bastards and kill them if I have to. And once again, there's the tree that we're going to take care of soon. Human pee works good too. Well, maybe I'll just start peeing on their hole there. That sounds wrong. But yeah, there's four. As long as they don't start messing up the landscaping and stuff. I took a sage plant and threw it over here. I might throw a marigold next to it. If they stay here and over there, I don't care. They go back to the woods, I don't care. They were up here trying to get some of the nuts from this tree, just tearing apart this landscaping. All right, let's check the grapevine first, then we'll go over the herb and veggie garden. So what I do throughout the year is train these leaves to go and these branches to go to the right. So it's all just checking every day and making sure they're all going to the right here. Deer and fox don't like ammonia smell. I haven't had a real deer problem. The deers ate my neighbor's entire garden last year. Oh, every plant. And I'll show you what they did to make sure that doesn't happen again. So this grape plant didn't make it. It tries every year, but it can't grow. That one is a beast. This one I just planted to try to make up for that one. So we do have grapes coming in, and I actually have a jar of pure grape juice that I think is like 4 years old now in my fridge. And I didn't add yeast or whatever you do to make it wine and all that stuff, but I wonder, I'm sure it tastes terrible. It's probably going to get me sick if I tried it. And there's my little taro ant traps that I have everywhere. Try to keep the ants out of here. But there's your grapevine. Eventually, it'll climb all the way down there. Now, originally, I was going to put the hydrangea right here. I'm going to put some rocks around it, cut a little hole, and put the hydrangea here, which it can survive in shade. But I didn't want to go that far. Let me show you what my neighbors did to try to protect themselves from these deer. And this is the pool. They gave me free reign on this pool. This is my lovely neighbors that let me use their area, everything I want. My Wi-Fi here. So hang spot. There we go. But they grow things like crazy over here too. They used grass on top of the plants to keep the moisture in. They use lime. But here you'll see they're using the lime again. I might have to bust it out if it's working for them. There you go. They built themselves a door. They got tomatoes, peppers, and let's see, they got sweet banana peppers, Lady Bell green, 4th of July tomato, peppermint. I saw, to keep ants away, I saw a couple peppermint plants. I was going to get some. This is pretty dope what they built. I think he just bought himself a new gate for over there and used the gate here. He's going to put more fence up. Yeah, this is badass. So my neighbors are all loaded up. What's up, Gav? I thought about getting a peppermint plant. They had a couple other mint type plants. And I know the pungent smells will keep some bugs and will keep some critters out. My fence does pretty damn good job of keeping them all out. Great to see everybody. Keep those thumbs up coming, man. We got a dozen people hanging out. Let's go. Let's do it. This is what we got in the ground the other day. We'll get to the garden here second. Let's go to the rock and herb garden. My Zen garden, I like to call it. And if you're just joining us, we've added cabbage, broccoli, and celery to the plant list. Let's take a look at one of my favorite parts of the area. All right. So I got that hydrangea, and I think it's going to go right there. Hollowed out an area with the rocks. I'm going to cut a circle around it, fill that with good soil, dig out nice and deep. It has room to grow. So you guys tell me what you think about hydrangea 1 and the one I just bought there. To give you a little full view, I love this area. I know it's a little morbid, but I will be burying my cats over here too when they pass away. Hey, Firestar, good to see you. But let me know what you think about the hydrangeas being on each side. I don't know, since this one's taller, I might bring the tall one down there and this one up there. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. Let me see my bum ass. I wanted this one down there so I can see it. So I'm all about, kind of OCD type stuff, making it look, see, that looks a little more level. I know they're going to grow different sizes. The burnout wants you to smash the like button. There you go. So I think that looks a little better. I mean, I wanted this hydrangea over there so I could see it from my window in my house, but that one's just as nice. And they're going to have to keep reblooming and stuff too. So what do you guys think? The herb garden, we had a little wooden bridge here that broke. I might have to find another one and buy it because that really added some extra to it. I try to keep the rocks clean and a place for me to either kneel or work on the plants or harvest, because in the middle of summer I come out and sit down and I'll just harvest. So starting in the middle, we got 3 different types of oregano: Greek oregano, Italian oregano, and Russian, Polish oregano. 2 different types of cilantro. We got cilantro there, and we got cilantro there. Now, I could easily plant more in those buckets, but cilantro grows like crazy. Lemon thyme. I wish you could smell this. Lemon thyme. It's awesome. More lemon thyme over here. Those will grow into little bushes. And then what grows the best for me every year, and I have tons of containers of it inside already dried out, is basil. Boy, it's getting hot out here. And up front, we have lime basil. So we'll see how that grows. It smells just a little differently, but regular basil back there will grow like nuts. I guess I would claim that's the base of my allspice. I did not do parsley this year. There's more cilantro. This is purple sage up front. Also smells amazing. And our clematis in the back, fully blooming. Those look dope. I just wanted to cover the whole thing all the way up to the top. Not morbid. And one of my dogs passed. We buried her. My mom does that too, but one's gonna go right there. One will go probably behind the bird feeder last, and one will go right there. But I figured clearing this little area out, I'll dig a hole around it, leave the plastic in there that's underneath all these rocks, keeping weeds and everything out. Dig a nice deep hole, plant both of these hydrangeas today into the ground with the rest of the dirt we have. And then this portion will be done. There's a bird somewhere really close. Oh, he's right up there. There he is. And then we'll get these 4 plants. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 technically. We'll get these 6 plants in our main garden. All right, let's check out the main garden. Oh, wait, I forgot an herb. Can't forget rosemary. Oh, I'm sorry, Rose. Speaking of roses, there's my rosemary. And at the very far end, there is a rose, and we'll go check a look at that. I just planted all these today, and I have a couple in the corners. These are all my marigolds, and now I have extra marigolds. So we'll add those to the still to be planted list over here. So let's see what we planted this year. Right up front here in the bottom right corner, I did a blackberry bush last year. You see all the flowers this year growing, so it looks like we're going to get blackberries. And that is a blueberry bush. We'll hope and pray that we get a couple blueberries. This little butterfly from my grandma's garden. Here we have kohlrabis, which are cabbage apples, basically, and our tomato plants. Now the four in the middle are yellow tomatoes. And the yellow tomatoes, less acidity, easier on the belly. So we got these yellow tomatoes in the center, and you can see onions all around. I got onions lining every garden bed. And we got better bush tomatoes there, another regular tomato there. And then these kohlrabis will just bulb up and we'll pull those out. So there's garden bed number one. And I guess number two with the fruit corner. All the marigolds, those will turn into one big long bush all the way down. We have this compact tropical rose, which already flowering up, looks pretty cool. I dig it. So we'll see how that grows in the corner there. Big box of different lilies that need to be places for lilies. Cool. Chase Bishop, what's up? Keep those thumbs coming, man. How many thumbs up we got, man? We should have over a dozen. Okay, here's where I'm probably going to plant some of that other stuff, because these are the two zucchinis that probably won't grow. We'll see. But I have a little bit of space on each side to put maybe some of the celery or something. We'll see. Over here we have pepper plants and banana pepper plants. More kohlrabis, which if you don't know what a kohlrabi is or kohlrab, once again, I continue to tell people, because this is the thing most people aren't aware of, is what these are. These are cabbage apples, the best description. Just like the heart of a cabbage. And then once again, onions lining up the whole outside here. Over here, this is going to turn into a little green bean bush. So I'll end up having to build a little trellis or something. I have tomato stakes and things I can put here. So I'll probably build some kind of little contraption here to keep the beans in, because they will probably grow up to, here or so, or more, and have tons of beans. Not a real sturdy stalk either, so I want to make sure they stand up. And you see all the little onions growing around. This will be an area I'll probably go to radishes. Once these kohlrabis are picked, I'll do radishes all along here, because the radishes are only 21 days. So in like 3 weeks, you can have radishes. This is my breakfast corner over here. Cherry and grape tomatoes. So I strategically planted these here so they will lean up against and trellis this big fence. And coming out in the morning, grabbing a couple fresh tomatoes for your breakfast, there you go. Now's where we have fun. You guys wanted me to try cucumbers again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cucumber plants. And I want you guys to put in the chat which number you think will grow the highest. Plant number 1, plant number 2, plant number 3, or plant number 4. Throughout the series this summer, we'll check on these plants and see which one grows the highest. So put it in the chat now so we have a record of what you guys picked. Plant 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me know in the live chat now, and I'll have a reference to come back to check. Straight edge cucumber, here they are. So Marley's going with this plant number 3 here. This one. There's plant 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, left to right. Chase says the one on the far right. Plant 4. And each time we do a show, that'll be one of the segments we'll check up on. Plant number 3, Fitty. Well, we'll count that as 3 for you since you don't know how to play. Anybody else? Let me know what number plant you think, because they'll just climb up. Jay Vulture says number 2. So we'll see. I'll give a prize to someone who wins if they pick the right one. No one's picking number one. Anyone want to pick plant number one and claim that one? Everyone else has a plant. The cucumber race will start. Okay, Oz got plant number one. So at least we have a representative for each plant. And if you're watching a replay, leave me a comment. Let me know which plant you have in the cucumber race. We're going to see which plant crawls the highest this summer. If you're watching a replay, drop me a comment. Let me know. See some marigolds against the left side here. Just a couple of them. 1, 2, 3, and a fourth one here. A lot of water drains through here, so I don't want to put one there. It always dies when I do that. And that is where we sit right now in the garden. So I was going to put that big hydrangea there, but I changed against it. I'm hoping you guys like the look over there with the hydrangeas, 2 of them now. Oh, we got the fire pit. Sooner or later, we'll be cutting that tree to pieces and burning it right where it lays. And if the grass grows back, it does. So I hope everyone's having a good, I was going to say Monday. That is where the garden stands now. Every week or so, I guess, we'll check in and see what the progress is like. G for garden? No, G for goal line from my high school. Stole it. So a lot of different veggies, flowers, and fruit here in the main garden. We got some work to do today, putting in these new plants to test out to show you guys why I don't plant cabbage, why I don't plant broccoli, and why I don't plant celery. Probably won't grow, but we're gonna witness it. I'll have a record of it right here on stream. So we'll plant all that stuff today. It's a gorgeous day. I hope it's nice where you're at. Get out, go touch grass, as the kids like to say. Play in the dirt, plant something, see if it'll grow. Look at this. I mean, I did all this. This was just a blank corner with trees. From the rocks to the lighting to now the flowers and the color added to it. This is my favorite spot in the garden. I will take my time when I come out and gather all the herbs from here because it is just, it's aromatic, smells great over there. Got a bunch of flowers, got a bunch of herbs. Yeah, you wanted to be funny, Azrael, and you failed miserably. So once again, I took you guys' advice. I'm going to try a couple things. We'll make sure we treat the garden. Talk to your plants. I hear that works too, is what people have told me before. If they start talking back, that's when we really have trouble. But I want to try to bring anything new to this segment as well. If anyone has any ideas, always DMs are always open if you guys want to contribute to this show and how it's run. But that's where the garden sits now. Grapevine, fruit, veggies, herbs, everything's now set to grow. The thing that I've messed up in the past is when we have a heavy rain season in the beginning of summer, end of spring, that I would keep water in the garden. So I was over watering for a little bit. So I learned that the hard way. I learned the hard way with critters and bugs. So now I treat it. I got ant traps. I got 7 to spray the flowers to try to deter some of the critters away as well. So it's hard work. It's not easy. Physically, I'm not as up as I used to be, so it's tough to get on my knees or, lay down to pick stuff up. So I'm trying to figure out ways now to make it easy for me to still move around out here without hurting myself. But it's very therapeutic. A reason to get outside, a reason to chill and enjoy nature, enjoy everything around you. I hate to say that I can't wait to get that tree down because I do love nature, but that tree cost me so much injury because every year it's half dead. As soon as the wind blows or we have a storm or rain, there's twigs and branches everywhere that I have to pick up so I don't ruin my lawnmower, et cetera, et cetera. Plus it had these big nuts and all this crazy stuff and it fell off of it. Same thing with this tree. I wouldn't be against taking this tree and getting rid of it. Hate to say that. It looks like such an old tree. It's tall as hell too. But we'll see how it goes. The windstorms we had this spring, a lot of the shingles off of their little shed there that they don't even use. But I'm blessed to have this area, have the ability to buy the plants to grow and try it out and bring this type of content to you guys, something a little different. Damien, what is up? Damien's on his knees too. You on your knees too, Damien? Well, plants are near the ground, which are lower, so I'm not going to lay down on the ground. But it is a lot of bending. It's a lot of kneeling to crawl around and harvest and treat and plant. And that's what I did the other day is planted all these. I now have a handful more to plant. I'm going to dig out holes for those big flowers behind me. Hey, if you guys have just tuned in, make sure you check the beginning of the stream. Check my old, I need to tag some of the old streams as well. Go back to the playlist on my main page where it says Seasoned Rookie Gardener, and there's all kinds of different streams going back a couple years. I don't know if it's my third year doing this now or fourth, but it's been a couple years. I did my initial video showing how I built this area first and how it turned into just a little garden plot to a patio / grilling area / everything. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Cowboy, Firestar, Odds, Damien, everybody stopping by. Share it out if you can still. Like I said, I'm a rookie gardener, even though I've been doing this for over a decade now. Self-taught from videos and learning from my grandmother, my mother, friends, relatives, etc., etc., and just learning by failing. I mean, I think that's the major thing. And my brother and I and a couple of our friends the other night had a conversation about participation trophies and how, you got to learn how to lose when you're younger to be a seasoned human, so you can handle winning better, so you can handle not being able to be the winner all the time better. And we got into not a heated argument, but a nice debate with another friend of ours that had no problem with participation trophies because he thought kids should be older before they start learning. Nah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Leaning towards gardening. So it's a passion of mine that I really started to like. Well, this bird keeps coming back every day. And you just took a big shit right there, didn't you? Let me get you on camera. No, you flew away. So we will bring you more garden streams throughout the summer, showing you the progress or the problems that we have here in the backyard. Maybe next year you could make raised garden beds, not as much bending and kneeling. Yeah, well, when I first started and things wouldn't grow, that was my first idea. And I did have 2 garden beds. And worst case scenario, I would just get a bunch of brick and patio off in the inside of there too, out here, and just make a bunch of raised beds. So that would be the natural progression if my back and neck and shoulder get really bad. Or, I've been blessed to do this for almost a dozen years now. So if I have to stop because of my physical problems, then I do. But I'm glad to be able to do it and share it with you guys and get advice from you guys. And I've learned so much from you guys over the past couple of years just doing these garden streams. And we'll see. Maybe next time we'll get some people to come in. I didn't have any guests today. You guys suck. But maybe one day we'll do a forum about gardening. I've never sent this out to the gardening community people that I made friends with a couple years ago. This is a wrestling community where you're doing gardening streams. So, I mean, to have over 10 people here is enough for me. That's awesome, just to hang out with you guys and talk some gardening, talk some shit. So I got plants to put in the ground. Got flowers to put in the ground. I'm going to water everything. And then probably tomorrow, feed it. Little plant food. There's 2 packets in here that I'll spray on that'll hopefully help it grow. And let's hope the ground is fertilized a little better this year. I didn't use mushroom compost like I did last year, but that dirt has been tilled and retilled and used over and over for the past 5 or 6 years that it's starting to get right where I want it, right where I think I want it. But I'm always up for advice, suggestions from you guys and gals out there that have experience and what's set and whatnot as well. I know you would, Cassie. It's all good. And that's, I mean, these will be earlier streams. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. I'm not going to do a garden stream at 6 in the evening. I'm So they will be afternoon, late morning type things whenever the weather's nice and I'm feeling good enough to come out here for half an hour to an hour. And Nightbot can do the gardening for me. Yes, I need to train Nightbot to plant plants and feed and maintain them and harvest from them. So any suggestions? Maybe you guys have ways that we can make the celery grow better, make the broccoli grow better, make the cabbage head become an actual cabbage head. Because I grew cabbage before and I just had like a couple little cabbage heads, which is fine because I made homemade coleslaw from those, which was pretty cool. So I'd be down to do that. Yeah, and that goes a long way, Cowboy John. It shows you're not just here for the content; you're here for me, hopefully to try to entertain you as well. Um, I know with the wrestling streams, a lot of people come around just to watch their matches and whatnot. That's fine, and I know people are busy, families, kids. That's why I want to try to keep these an hour and less, and just show you what I got going on. We'll be back in a week or so, and we'll check the progress. These final plants will be in, and we'll see what's growing and what's not. We'll talk about it. We'll shoot the shit again here in a week or so. But that is it for today. Peace, positive vibes, each and everybody out there for joining. If you're catching this link later on after work and you sat down and watched, leave me a comment. Any types of gardening tips are welcome, or just say you enjoy it or you don't enjoy it or whatever. Any types of comments to these streams are definitely encouraged to get the conversation going more and continue going. We got the cucumber race. Any other weird little things like that we can do to try to make it a little more interesting, we'll do. This is the third year, I believe, I'm taking suggestions and actually trying them. You guys last year said watermelon and cantaloupe, and I spent time building a huge trellis to harvest those, and it brought bees to the garden. That's one thing it did do. So we'll see how what we have this year works out. I'm hyped about the herb garden behind me, and I'll share as many streams as I can. Oh, appreciate it, Chase. I mean, they say when you got it, flaunt it, and I'm not that type of an egotistical person, but I know how much work that I put into this backyard to make it this way. And the thing is, as many times as people say, it looks great, it looks amazing, there's so many things I do differently or I do better. These pavers were never laid down with paver sand. I just laid them down. They're basically holding down the artificial turf and stuff like that. Like everything's not level. So some things bother me, but a little bit of natural, just lay it down type things I like too. So I'm not that far OCD. Cucumber race. Oh, come on, Rick. We got all the flowers that are going to start to bloom. We got more color back here in the garden with the yellows, the purples, the blues. I thought about buying, we got yellow tomatoes too. I was going to buy some orange peppers, red peppers that are orange, but we'll see how the garden grows. Last year was not a good year, so I'm hoping for some better stuff this year. So appreciate y'all joining, hanging out. We'll look for ways to improve this stream as well and come with some new ideas. I know I can do the commercials and things like that too. I don't have an intro. I don't have an exit. I just wanted this to be a little, here's what the garden's like, and a little ride along with you guys on how the garden does. So peace, my friends. I appreciate y'all for continuing this awesome community, and I'll see you in my stream. I'm out.